I'm Councillor Lib Peck and I'm the leader of Lambeth Council, and I'm very concerned about the proposed increase in business rates and what it will mean for Lambeth businesses. Over the last few years, we as a council have spent an enormous amount of effort and time working in partnership with local businesses to expand the local economy, to make sure there are local jobs and to improve our neighbourhoods and town centres. This increase threatens all of that progress. Speaking to local businesses, it's very clear that many of them won't be able to survive an increase of potentially up to 35%, and that'll have a poor impact on the number of local jobs, and it could really have a profound impact on our town centres.
The impact of this new rate rise is going to be quite substantial to my business. Overall, it's going to be a 32% increase average on my 9 businesses, and that equates to an increase of £21,588 value. With the transitional relief, it will still mean an average increase of about 13% in the first year, which is quite a hike for an independent retailer, a medium-sized retailer in this country.
The last rent review we had was very significant, and it's likely to be very significant again. So it's a double impact. You've got an increase in rent, and then you've got an increase in the rateable value of that rent. And what that does is that erodes any margin which would otherwise have been reinvested in the business. There's a lot of unknown, is the honest truth. How serious is it? Very serious. Does it keep me up at night? It does, because I'm responsible for 150 people just in my small business.
Lambeth are doing a great job in trying to stimulate business, encourage people to come into the borough, and as an employer here, I have been negotiating for the last 4 months for new tenants to come into surplus space that we have in Balham, bio-maintenance facility, and I'm close to achieving that, which will create 10 new jobs at least in Balham as a result of our innovation and flair. How do I square off that new drive to bring employment into Balham and Lambeth with I believe it's just over 30% increase in our rates bill without any justification?
To date, we've employed 55 young creatives in 4 years of business, which is one of the highest rates in the country. This will be directly reduced as a result of the business rate increases. SMEs face the most uncertainty they've possibly faced. We're in a very uncertain period within the country. To then levy them with a tax up to possibly 30% higher than what they're currently paying is not acceptable. Inflation is around 2%. To increase your business rate rent by 30% is unacceptable.
The government needs to rethink what's going on with these business rates, whether it's in a way of having transitional relief or actually rethinking business rates altogether. The fact that none of this money comes into Lambeth Council at all should say something. It goes into central government, which is then spread throughout the United Kingdom.
I still do not know where the business rate goes, and I would like the government to tell me and give me the figures and why am I paying £870 a month when I could be employing a junior staff to generate more money for my business and to grow my business.
Small business owners, which actually are the ones who create the community, who build up a community in the neighborhood, and who make the economic growth, after all, are going to struggle a lot after this increase.
A lot of my customers, they do say if you go, they're going to miss us. They don't want us to go. And personally, if I go from here, we've tried hard 10 years. Personally, 2 years we've been making losses here. Yeah? You can only sustain so much. We all started from nothing, building our businesses. So we can only do so much, for the business.
So what are we going to do about this? Well, we're sending this message to central government We're supporting Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, who is also opposing this, and we're working with our 7 business improvement districts who represent thousands of businesses right across Lambeth.
We want them to understand the implications for local businesses, to provide transitional relief to cushion local businesses from that dramatic 35% increase, and we also want them to undertake a long-term review of the business rate system and see whether that's the most appropriate form of taxation.